Live now. Let's give it a few minutes, give some time for people to join and get settled.
Are you sure we're live?
Really live.
Yeah, you guys are live.
Okay,
We are a tech company, right?
So
it's always hard to tell.
Let's just give a close to a minute, and then we'll kick it off, everyone. We're just gonna give some time for people to join and get settled.
Awesome.
All right, I think we should get started. So let's start with a quick round of intros for everyone on the call. So hi, everyone. My name is Haider. I am the Chief Marketing Officer here at OKCoin.
I'm Jason. I'm COO here at OKCoin.
I'm Elaine. I lead up our crypto partnerships team.
And I'm Brittany Laughlin. I run the Stacks Foundation.
So if everyone on the call, if you guys are wondering who the surprise guest was, it is Brittany from the Stacks org. Thanks for joining us today. We're super excited about hosting this session. It's safe to say there was great reception of the announcement last week when we decided to tell the rest of the world we're going to be the first exchange to list Stacks token on our exchange. It's especially really exciting because we're the first exchange to make this available for customers, investors, and traders in the US, and of course globally as well. There are a lot of reasons why OKCoin as a collective is really excited about this launch. For us, Stacks is not just another listings. If some of you have been following and paying attention to what we've been doing this year, you must have noticed we started this year with an initiative where we decided to give out grants to developers working on Bitcoin Core. Our belief ultimately as a company, if you talk to anyone inside the company, is that we see Bitcoin as the foundational layer for crypto and crypto markets. And our belief is that all of us collectively in the industry need to invest time and resources to continue the development of Bitcoin Core. And in that context, there are only a few protocols that are actually building on top of Bitcoin Core and doing some really audacious things. So for us, a really exciting view of the world is a future where decentralized internet exists. An internet where all of us are essentially in control of our data. We're all aware of all the hacks and the fun stuff that has happened to consumer companies in the last decade. The world that we get really excited about is imagining an email product where all our data and our content is in our own hands and only accessible through a private key. Or there is a doc ecosystem similar to Google Docs, except you're not storing all your data on a centralized database. It's essentially in your control and you can take your data wherever you go. And this is a world we get really excited about. Stacks and listing Stacks on our exchange is just one step in enabling that future. There are a lot of companies out there today that are building different components and tools to help build a future of this vision, what I call a decentralized internet. There are naming protocols. We've seen things like ENS, Handshake. We've even seen other naming protocols like unstoppable domains emerge. And all these products are essentially helping build towards an internet that potentially becomes completely decentralized. So for us and this community, I think what we're excited about is listing this token on our exchange so people learn about what this ecosystem is ambitiously looking to develop. And our hope is that as you buy STX on our exchange, you will then go use that token to go immerse yourself in the app's ecosystem, which, by the way, you can find at app.co. And the key excitement personally for myself and the group here is we've seen the emergence of DeFi and staking products this year. What's cool about STX is when you stake as STX, you essentially are earning Bitcoin in return. You're not earning a bonus token, and then you have to go in and out of different stable coins and tokens to realize your reward. Here, what you're doing is you're staking STX and you're earning Bitcoin, which is absolutely unique of a value proposition for this asset. So here, these are some of the things that we're really excited about. And eventually in January, listing STX and being the first exchange to introduce this to US customers. So with that, I'm gonna hand it off to our Chief Operating Officer, Jason.
I think, Haider, just real brief. I just wanna, for those that don't know OKCoin, wanna spend maybe 60 seconds and talk about that. But most importantly, I think today's a special day because, you know, as Bitcoin crosses 20,000, it's so apt, right, to put that decision to allow users to stack stacks, I guess, and earn Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is what people want, and so that's, you know, it's a tremendous and a beautiful sort of design choice here. But quickly about OKCoin, we are a fiat, so dollars and euros and Singapore dollars to crypto exchange. We allow users to come easily back and forth between your regular daily currencies and the crypto world. We were founded in 2013, operating in Asia, but in 2018, we recently expanded into the US. Today, we service users in over 190 different countries, and we aim to be that choice for you to come when you want to invest in stacks, put your stacks to use and earn Bitcoin. We're looking forward to welcoming more stacks in the stacks ecosystem.
Great. And before handing it off to Brittany, one of the key things I want to make sure everyone in the community, especially in this session, is aware of is we are also going to be doing a large airdrop of STX for folks that are going to come and sign up for OKCoin or start purchasing STX. But the key thing here is we are going to start with rewarding the community members first, the people who are actually participating and helping build this ecosystem. And if some of these folks or all of you start to stake stacks, you will be automatically entered into larger airdrops. These larger airdrops can range from $5,000 to $10,000 one-time giveaways. So I hope, we collectively hope that you don't only buy and trade STX, but you also participate in stacking STX and enter those airdrop programs. And with that, I'll hand it off to Brittany and she'll talk more about stacks.
Great, thank you. Yeah, sort of to your point, Jason, it's like stacking stacks to get sats, to get Satoshis. So a lot of words in there, but yeah, I mean, Blockstack was the original company in 2014. This project's been around for a very long time, and it's all rooted in this more open user-owned internet. And the user-owned internet is where you own your own data. So today we don't have that, and a lot of breaches, as we know, have impacted that. But this vision has taken a very long time to build and really create and be very thoughtful. So what started out of Princeton with Manib and Ryan, sort of building this new internet, is now a fully formed project that not only makes it easy to build using identity and decentralized storage at the time, but also smart contracts, which will launch in January with Stacks 2.0. And right alongside that is when we'll begin trading in the US, which is a huge deal for our project because the Stacks token was actually the first US qualified token offering, and that was in 2018. So a number of people had early access to Stacks through that program, but there hasn't been anywhere to trade it if you are a US person. So working with OKCoin to make this possible is a really huge news, and it's really great for developers. It's great for people who are holding the Stacks token or investors, or people who want to participate in stacking, which helps you earn Bitcoin. because now it will be accessible to all people. So we're really excited to partner with OKCoin on this.
Thanks, Brittany. And one thing we wanted to do for the community today is we realize OKCoin may not be as familiar a brand today. What we want to do is show you what's under the hood. So with us, we have Elaine, who's from our listings and product team. And she will take us through the great stuff about OKCoin, what the user experience is like, and what you can expect when you hop on board. So Elaine, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we were chatting earlier today about kind of what great of a day it's been and what great of a morning. And so one thing that I would like to show you guys is the newest product that we launched this morning, which is called OKCoin Earn. Let me get to the Earn screen quickly. Oops. And so if you go to okcoin.com/earn, you'll see this new product that we just announced this morning. It's our take on being able to make the new DeFi innovation that's happened over the summer really accessible to all of our users in a regulated, safe, and easy way. And so we're really excited about this. We think it actually is a key part of our overall mission to provide decentralized access, whether it's to the internet or to your own finance. This is something that we really want to empower people with. So we're really excited about our new Earn product today. Before I dive into how awesome this product is, I did want to show a little bit of where we're coming from, right? And the reason why we felt like it was so important for us to showcase and build this new Earn product. If we look at Curve, right, which is one way that we have been able to deposit and earn on our holdings, it's been a really, really great innovation, right? We're seeing a lot of really cool algorithmic strategies and ways and protocols in order for this to happen. And I just want to walk us through what the current situation or what the current process is like. If I want to deposit $50 worth of DAI or any stable asset, I would go to Curve, I would choose which pool I would want to use. In this case, I'm using the Y pool, the Earn pool. And then I deposit my holdings, I deposit my assets. And when I click deposit, it actually brings me to my MetaMask, which I already had to connect. And last night, as I was setting this up, I already paid $4 to connect it. Today, if I want to complete this transaction of just depositing my assets, it's going to cost me $70, right? And that's because of all the gas fees currently on, currently happening on Ethereum. And so while the idea is really great, right? I want to, I have access to my own funds. I'm depositing it in a trusted protocol. It's going to cost me $70 to deposit $50. And so this has been something that, we've been trying to figure out how we can make more accessible to our users, right? Not only is it cost prohibitive, it's also very, it's a little bit challenging to navigate all the different pools. So what we've actually done is built this Earn product, right? And I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to deposit my DAI and then, see how quickly and, what I'll be earning. So I'm at okcoin.com/earn. I'm going to choose this protocol, which is the same protocol I was showing you. I'm going to deposit DAI in Curve. We're going to give you a little bit of explainer on what we're doing and what the fees are, which are pretty much non-existent. I'll deposit $50. Here we understand that there are a lot of protocols out there. There's a lot of information, so we break it down for you, right? What is Curve? How do I get Curve tokens? What are the fees? So I read through all of that. I'm choosing a flexible period, which means that I can withdraw my assets anytime I want. This is my rate, and this is my expected return each day. I'll click continue. I'll say deposit. I just want to highlight again, there are no service fees from our end. And I deposit my DAI. And as I finish that, what you'll see right here is my newest deposits. Not yet earning interest, but soon to be. And I think one thing that we really want to highlight is just the ease of use, right? Because we are a US-based regulated exchange, I think the security and safety and all of the confusion that might be around DeFi, we handled all of that for you. Instead, what we're providing you is a really user-friendly experience where you can earn on your holdings. So yeah, it was an exciting product launch today. I think everyone is really excited, and we are hoping that you guys check it out and let us know what you think about it.
Thanks, Elaine.
I think I hope what the community also took away is there are exchange choices out there where it is super easy for you to connect your bank account and participate in the crypto ecosystem, but not have to pay a really high amount of hidden fees as you're transacting. So one of the things I think we're going to continue to be proud of is offering customers very transparent fee structure, but also where possible, simplifying the fees aspect and bringing the lowest fees to market, whether it's a DeFi product or whether it's STX listing or staking or other assets that you can access through OKCoin.com.
Yeah, that's super cool. Thanks for the demo. That's my first time seeing the demo, and I've tried a lot of different tools in this space, and I think just the ease and transparency of this product, especially having gone through the regulated path and sort of making it accessible to US, I think is super cool. So personally, I'm just very excited about what you guys have built here today too.
Amazing, amazing. So should we transition to community questions?
Let's jump in.
All right.
Maybe while you're looking up the questions, Haider, I have maybe a silly question for you, Brittany, and apologies for jumping the queue. What does the logo mean?
The Stacks logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've worked with the designer on the Stacks logo, and people were like, oh, it looks like the yen, or it looks like some sort of currency. But really, we just wanted to represent sort of like user owned. So how do you have this thing that it's like something people own? And that's where this idea that, people think about monetary value as like something that they have control and authority over. So having that, as well as you will notice that some of the symbols are familiar if you are in programming. So using, familiar symbols with that. So it was a very much a work in progress. Our old logo was like a cube with 4 little dots in it, almost looked like a Lego, like a building block for original name Blockstack. So yeah, it's been an iteration, but I really like the new logo because of all the different things it represents. So good question.
I'll say you guys have done a great job. You're one of the few projects in crypto or firms or companies in crypto that you continue to invest in branding and great design. I think you guys are a rare project for sure. I have a question here from Kausar Chaudhry. He asks, what are the significant changes to the STX 2.0 version? How much importance is being given to, say, the hacking problem in particular?
Yeah, so Stacks 1.0 is our current blockchain. It's been around for a number of years. It's given developers tools to do decentralized identity and decentralized storage. But one of the missing components was around smart contracts. So if you wanted to be able to transact or build that into your app, you weren't able to use the Stacks blockchain. So with Stacks 2.0, that feature will now be live. And as we've seen, smart contracts can be used for many different things, everything from, delegating authority or having transactions or being able to do things like stacking where you're actually earning and using a smart contract to do that. So those are the key pieces. And I think the core is like all of this is built for developers. It's all open source. It's all meant to be utilized as tools for whatever you can imagine in the ecosystem. So whether it is things like DeFi or NFTs, or even more use cases that maybe don't exist as much on other platforms. Like I'm very excited about decentralized identity and how if you have an identity where you build a reputation in a certain app, you can actually bring that with you to a different app. So you don't have to sort of feel locked into a certain platform because all of the hard work you've done is there and there's no way to kind of take that with you. So I think some of the, the use cases are unknown, but the tools that are presented are really exciting. So I guess with the hacking question there, I guess it's either on the developer hacker side, or if it's more about security. The other great thing about Stacks 2.0 is that it is built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. So you get the security of Bitcoin. We use burning of Bitcoin as a proxy for the underlying security of the Bitcoin chain. There's a one-to-one tie of our blocks to the Bitcoin blocks. So it makes it really easy to add functionality to Bitcoin while still leveraging all of the safety and security of Bitcoin.
There's actually a couple questions around that stacking mechanism that I might as well we'll just check them off real quickly. So when does that, so stacking, as you explained, and I'm answering the question right here, is the process of staking STX for the to earn Bitcoin, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So and stacking means that you're basically holding those Stacks tokens. So you just commit to holding them for a certain time period, and then you'll earn BTC for that action.
We have a question here from Baro. When will this go live?
So our launch date for this is January 14th. So as of yesterday, our testnet is code complete. It's done. So if you want to start tinkering or hacking with that, you're able to do that. We also have like a contest running for new miners who want to get on the network to do so on testnet first. But January 14th is our launch date. So we're really looking forward to that.
And on that note, someone asked, when can we buy and stack STX from OKCoin? Haider, is that?
Yeah, so our plan as of right now is we make it available right on Jan 15th. So that includes the listing, it includes the staking product, and it also includes the airdrop distribution date. So we will start distributing beginning Jan 15th.
Oh, which is great. And what we love about that airdrop partnership too is that, by holding stacks is how you earn more. So, being able to accumulate those, and if you plan to hold them, that's a great way that you kind of earn yield in Bitcoin just for those holdings. So love that gives like a jump start to people's holdings.
Yeah.
Just one more follow-up question on stacking. Maybe Haider or Elaine, you can take this. This is from user Nako Belly. Is OKCoin stacking or pooling service, is it available for people who own less than the required amount of STX? If yes, what is the yield, and is there a minimum STX required?
So I'll partly answer this question. I'll let Elaine complete the rest, and Brittany can also talk about the yield. I think from a pooling service standpoint, our goal will be that there's really no barrier here for retail customers or for individuals essentially on our platform. So we're going to try and remove the limits, not try, that's the goal, is when we launch, you can stake with any amount that you're holding. And then in terms of yield, I'll let Brittany answer the question. And Elaine, if you want to talk a little bit more about the pooling aspect of our launch.
Yeah, so the yield right now is, I think we're projected at about 8 to 10%. Now that is just the baseline of transactions. So when transactions go up, so more transactions are being used in the network, that number will actually go up. Your yield will go up correlated with use of the network. But if you want to kind of figure out for yourself how many tokens you have and what your yield will be, there is a fun thing called a stackulator, which is at stxstacking.com. And you can go there and kind of play around with the tools and see kind of what that yield would look like. But the good news is like I said, as transactions go up, that only produces more yield for the network.
And that calculator is really important. I think what the community can expect is we're probably going to also provide that same calculator on our side. So if you're within OKCoin or you're on one of the landing pages, it's accessible, it's right there, and you can calculate your yield on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I think you saw it in our recent Earn product that I just showed, but all of the APY rates are dynamic, right? They're all pulling from the different protocols, and we want to make sure we're giving the users really up-to-date and accurate information in a really simplified way. And so we'll do the exact same thing with stacking. It'll be the same kind of methodology and ethos behind it, which is to really simplify all of the really cool technology that's happening under the hood, but making it really accessible to you. And so, we're anticipating the same thing with stacking. I'm really excited to add it to our new Earn feature as well.
There's a question in the community, which is, what makes OKCoin different from other exchanges? All right, well, I'll give a marketing answer here, and then maybe Jason and Elaine can set some realities. I think from a differentiation standpoint, of course, we celebrate offering our customers lower fees and transparent. It's not just about lower fees, it's also about transparency in fees. And what we're doing is we're making that quite visible in the product. We make it available in our marketing materials. So people coming and joining OKCoin, they're it's fairly clear what you're signing up for and what type of transaction fees you're basically going to be offered. I think the other big differentiation for us is our tech stack is really strong. We have been in the industry for a long period of time. So we've seen other exchanges suffer from consistent downtimes. Every time the market runs up, there are exchanges that are freezing or not able to operate in that high volatile markets. What you'll find with OKCoin is our uptimes are really strong. We do regular weekly maintenance. We announce that in advance for our customers, and that allows us to keep our uptimes really high. So those are the two things that I think differentiate us. Naturally, we are a licensed exchange. So the states in the United States that we operate in, or some of the countries where we're available, that allows us to have close banking relationships, such that you can then use your local bank account to fund your account or withdraw your funds and put it back in your bank account. That is a key value proposition we will continue to expand on by entering new markets through the regulatory path. And then last, you saw the demo on Earn. We're the first exchange to offer a really simplified DeFi experience. So I think those are some of the key things I would point to in terms of differentiation from other exchanges. Jason, Elaine, what do you guys think?
Elaine, you want to go first?
Sure. I think for me, it's that I think OKCoin as a company is very ethos driven. And I think that reflects very clearly in our product set. And kind of to point to some of the key points that Haider brought up, our overall mission is to not only build an alternative financial ecosystem, but it's to make it accessible and promote kind of financial sovereignty, throughout the world, right? And in order to do that, you need really strong products, you need really strong feature sets, but you also need it to be cheap and affordable. And so I think as you're seeing with our Earn product, as you see with our platform fees, we actually take it very seriously to keep those at a industry competitive level. And it's because we actually, it's because we believe that those things are necessary in order to make financial sovereignty mainstream, so to speak, right? We need to make that the norm. And I think in addition to that, we make more long-term investments that I think don't necessarily have a direct impact on our users, but we believe wholeheartedly will be something that will be critical in the future. Haider mentioned early on in our conversation that we spend a lot of time and resources into funding and sustaining the Bitcoin core code base. We've had 4 grants so far. We're gearing up to extend a number of grants early 2021. And it's because, if you think about it, our industry is very technical, right? It's all based on a single blockchain. I think people will debate that, but at the end of the day, like Bitcoin needs to be strong and robust in order for crypto to continue. And so we make these investments in individual grants individual developers and other Bitcoin-based application layer projects to make sure that Bitcoin remains strong. And so for us, it's all about coming up with new ways to support an ecosystem that we think will be the new norm. And so I think all of that it actually makes it quite easy for us to focus our work, right? We're all kind of focused on the same thing, which is to make financial inclusion possible.
I think I don't really have much to add besides the fact that I think our global nature of our company and our background is very important, right? We're sitting here in the US, but there's a lot of our users that are from countries that have very different types of access. And so making those available, making STX available, making all this, the wonders of this alternative financial system, or just making choice available to customers is super important for us. And I think we're doing a good job of that. I think this actually follows up to you, Brittany. There's a question here from Sir about why you guys chose to work with us as a leading partner here. Maybe we can wrap up this topic with Brittany.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the things you guys mentioned, but I think in crypto, there's a lot of different players. Some of them are a lot more fast and loose with, regulation, with how they operate. And I think for us, we've always taken the harder path of doing things the right way, going through the regulation, making sure that legally everything is compliant and good to go. So when it comes to exchanges, it's the same. We really wanted to work with a partner in the US who understands the importance of giving consumers the confidence that, their assets are safe. It's like an environment that's been vetted, and they can go there and, be more concerned with, what assets to get than, will this exchange be around in a month from now, or will there be a serious hack? So for us, it was doing a lot of diligence on who the right players are to bring our token to market, especially in the US, where it's been such a regulated process to get here. So we're really excited to work with OKCoin and just see the enthusiasm from the community. We have a very active community. We're excited to introduce those folks into your community and kind of vice versa. So I think overall, we have a lot of similar values with where we see crypto taking us with that financial inclusion, but also do all of the heavy lifting behind the scenes to make sure that it's like a really safe and secure place to transact.
Awesome, thanks. Hey, Haider, I don't know, what is our timing like here?
I think we can take one or two more questions if you guys are up for it.
Okay, that sounds good. Let me just look at what questions are coming through here.
There's one more for related to STX, maybe.
Sure.
There's a question here. I don't know the name of the individual, but it is, do you have any future plans to burn STX to increase the value of STX?
Yeah, that's a good question. We don't have any plans to do that. We originally thought about maybe a mint and burn scheme. You can look back at some of the technical papers where we did analysis. We've since sort of degraded that idea, but instead just thinking more about supply, more of like a fixed supply than sort of a variable supply. So that's not in our plans, but everything is always usually very transparent and updated. A big change like that would probably have to be proposed through the community. We have a governance process called SIPs, Stacks Improvement Proposals. Bitcoin has BIPs, Ethereum has EIPs, so it kind of goes with the nomenclature, but that's where something like that could be proposed, and then it would have to be accepted by miners in order for that to go through. So if you are interested in that or speculating about that, that would be the place to do that, but right now there's no plan from our side.
Thank you.
There's a question here, and maybe a couple that I can lump up around sort of DeFi. There's a question from, sorry, I can't see the name here. But sort of talking about DeFi, you know, things, DEXs, what does it say? Consolidated assets and loans. What solutions will Stacks be able to bring to, I guess, enable DeFi? And what exact problems do you think Stacks is best suited to solve?
Yeah, great questions. I mean, I've been in crypto for 7 years now, and like this year was the year of DeFi. I feel like 2 years ago, something totally different. So I'm really enthusiastic about like everything that's happened. Just so much innovation is happening there. And I think with the Stacks chain, now that we'll have smart contracts in January, it won't be any different. There's a lot of people who are already excited about building things like a DEX or you know, a similar financial lending tools on Stacks blockchain. Actually, at the Stacks Foundation, we have a few grants that we've funded for people who are doing research around this, or they're starting to build tools around this. So if you are interested in in building in the DeFi space, stacks.org is the foundation where we have those grants open and available to anyone to apply. I think, as I mentioned before, sort of where Stacks has a competitive advantage for DeFi builders is one, this tie to identity. So I think, you know, if you have a decentralized owned identity that you can bring with you to different DeFi products built on Stacks, that could be a really cool way to easily be able to move between ecosystems, being a borrower or a lender, or having this way to kind of be a trusted presence in different networks is a really cool competitive advantage. And then I think the other thing is just using Clarity, which is the smart contract language that we have on the Stacks blockchain. So Clarity, you can actually run tests before you put it in production, which a lot of the hacks and issues we've seen on networks like Ethereum are because you have to run the code in order to test it. And when you're working with very large sets of assets, this can be a challenge. So instead, giving developers the confidence that they can build trusted code that is secure is a big piece. And I think this is why Algorand, which is another protocol, is also using Clarity as their smart contract language because it's verifiable and it's secure. So I think that is great, especially when you're dealing with large sums of money that we see like in DeFi. And actually one more thing is the tie to the Bitcoin blockchain. We have not seen a lot of DeFi built on Bitcoin because it doesn't have the functionality. The Stacks blockchain extends the functionality of Bitcoin as well as the underlying liquidity of Bitcoin. So if you wanted to build something like DeFi in Bitcoin, Stacks is the way to do it. So I think that is just, we've had a lot of Bitcoin maximalists who are extremely excited about that opportunity there too. So those are probably the things, but we'll see. It's up to the community to kind of see what gets built, but really excited to see.
Yeah, one of our community members had a really good question that I'd love your guys' input on. I think user CoolDeep asked, you know, the financial markets, crypto markets all fell due to COVID-19. Does this affect your project development plan? If I could actually just refocus the question a bit and ask, you know, obviously the pandemic has been a huge global phenomenon, and I don't say that necessarily in like the positive way, but I'm curious kind of how the corresponding kind of like financial and like fiscal issues that come along with the pandemic have impacted our own thinking on our product development, both at OKCoin and at Stacks. I don't know, Brittany, maybe you want to take that first?
Sure, I'll take it for Stacks first. Yeah, I mean, hugely disruptive to like the normal way that we do business. I think everyone, you know, we view ourselves as a very global company. We've spent a ton of time being part of these global communities and being able to get on a plane and go and be among our community members. So, you know, a year ago, I was spending a lot of time in Asia, across the US, Europe. That's not happening this year, but we've been able to show up in different ways. So virtual calls like this, all of our hackathons have turned virtual as well. I think our team has done a really great job sort of adapting to being remote. We had half of our team was remote at the beginning of the year. So just switching the second half made it a lot easier for us because we already had systems in place. But I think the real challenge is like, how do we continue to build community, even if there's no plans to get together physically in different ways? Because normally we host a big annual summit for all people who are part of the Stacks ecosystem. We couldn't do that this year, but I know that going into next year, as soon as it's safe, we'd love to like spend more time in person with community as well. But in the meantime, everything else is online, so we will continue to be here online.
Yeah, for us, I think we echo a lot of what Brittany said about travel and not being able to be in touch with a lot of our global colleagues face to face. But more, I think operationally from our side, interestingly, is we've actually tripled our team here in the US over the past 8, 9, 10 months. And so now we have more people in our office that have never physically met each other. And I think that's been tremendously challenging, but also very exciting, right? We're able to bring in a lot more ideas and diversity and just sort of really be in touch with this sort of virtual aspect or digital aspect of crypto. And then secondly, this pandemic has sort of highlighted on a macro level some of the shortcomings of our existing financial system. And that, as you can see in price and interest and awareness and adoption of Bitcoin in particular, but you can kind of see how, and also DeFi as an example, you can kind of see how this alternative financial system is shaping up, right? This is a little bit of a moment for crypto. And for us in product and in approach, we're trying to make sure that we can get users the easy access that they deserve, right? The safe, regulated, clear, easy access, and hopefully get more people aware of what crypto has to offer.
Great. Do we have any more questions, or should we call it a wrap?
I can see a lot more questions, Haider, so I don't think we're going to be able to get through these. But maybe we can point users to in the community to where they can learn more, or maybe how they can get in touch with us. I'm on Twitter at Jason K. Lau, that's LAU. And our website is okcoin.com, obviously.
Yeah, and thanks, Jason. I am on Twitter. My handle is at HaiderSF, HAIDERSF. And Elaine?
I'm also on Twitter. I don't remember my handle. I think it's some combination of my name. But what I will do is, we'll continue to obviously monitor our Telegram chats and make sure that, we can answer any of the questions that are still there. We'll try and do our best to answer some of the Stacks related questions as well, but we do have a number of Stacks community members and reps in our Telegram chat as well. So they will also be answering those, I think.
Yeah.
What is the Telegram chat handle, or how do I get in that?
I believe our Telegram channel is called OKCoin official group, parentheses, all others are fake. But we can definitely, I think we'll share all of the handles, like the social handles as well.
Great.
Yeah.
I think we should do this again. I think getting into the new year, right before the listing, maybe we do another AMA and let the community ask us questions. We probably will have even more detail. So let's plan on doing that. Let's announce another one, maybe 5 to 10 days prior to the listing.
Sounds good. And Brittany, where do people get in touch with you and learn more about things you've talked about?
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter as well. So it's my first name, Brittany, but the I is an underscore. So BR_TTANY. Also, Stacks.org is our Twitter handle for the foundation. You can subscribe to the newsletter and get all the updates there, including things like our mining contest, any meme contests we have, all of that stuff. You can just go to one place and find it there. But this was great. Thank you guys so much for having me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this again. And we'll see what Bitcoin price will be at next time we talk.
Sounds good. And thanks, everyone. Thanks, Brittany, for joining. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Elaine. And we will see you guys soon. And if you want to learn more, just go to okcoin.com or check out one of our blogs, and there's a lot of detail there. And we're excited to finally list this for you guys and have you guys jump on board. And enjoy the Bitcoin price activity today.